Welcome to the capital improvements meeting. I refuse to touch the gavel because it gets sticky. It is 11:40 and I would like to call this meeting to order. Mr. Oxley, can you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. And Sandy, can I get a roll call? Yes, I will turn you on. I get to do that today too, right?
Oxley,
Yes.
Balich, Brooks,
Yeah.
Costa, Revis, Freeman.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Next up, we have approval of minutes from the Will County Capital Improvements and IT Committee at the regular meeting, June 3rd. Motion from Balich,
Second Revis.
second from Revis. Can I get a roll call, please?
Oxley,
Yes.
Balich,
Yes.
Brooks,
Yes.
Revis,
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, old business. Mr. Fern, how are you today?
Wonderful.
Good.
This one is gonna be a lot less exciting than what you just came from.
You need to knock on some wood right now, sir.
This is the fun stuff.
Knock for you.
So as we go on each month, at this meeting, we had the bid opening for the interior modifications at the Core Annex. Construction should be starting daily, and we anticipate the fall of 25 completion. We'll bring pictures as it materializes. Same thing at the Land Use and Public Defenders. One renovation is completed, the next one is underway, and we're looking for the end of August for the move and the consolidation to be completed. This is probably the biggest news we have at this point in time. We are moving forward. The mechanicals have started. As we slide through some of the pictures for the Veterans Assistance build out, all the glazing and the glass in the front lobby has been finished. Security has been installed. We did a different kind of digital camera on the outside of the building that the people that trespass, they get an audible as well as a red and blue light. And if they don't evacuate the area, leave the area, this has the ability to actually call the police department. We're in the process of opening up the lobby. We will be there tomorrow for the initial part of the mechanical, which would be flooding the domestic water system, which has not been in use for roughly 12 years. So we have a lot of different programs that are going on. It's a large building. So these are the numbers as of now. The roof has just a little bit of coping begun, to be finished, I should say. Glass replacement's complete. The interior space just started, and we're looking at getting them in there by November. Very aggressive schedule. River Valley is complete. We did a parking lot, resurface, stripe, signage. Thanks to the DOT, John Carnes and his group, we were able to save a considerable amount of money on all the signs for these parking spaces. This was well overdue, and now we're all brand new, and it really, really changes the face of the facility when you pull in to see the new signage and the fresh lot. That's just some of the signs in the backside. We held the first fire drill since I've been the director for Will County's facilities team, and we killed the time frame they give us for a building this size. It's about a 5-minute. We did it in 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So thanks to everybody from each department that volunteered to be the safety monitor, like Tim, you see him there in the picture with the lime green on. They have to rally the people in their department and do a sweep and make sure that the building's empty before they come out. It worked really well. Just a little life safety update, what we've been doing, additional door numbering. We went with a different style. It's still red like the building numbers here for the Will County Courthouse, but they're going to be adhesive because of the nature of the building, and it's all glass. AED inspections, everything is where it should be countywide. Quick snapshot in the day. Work orders were a little light. I think a lot of people are on vacation right now, so we're not getting a lot of the smaller demands. River Valley parking lot. The sheriff's craftsmen have been working with our trades extensively lately, and next month we'll have numbers on actually what we saved by interdepartmental cross-training and trades, because the craftsmen at the ADF are actually licensed plumber, licensed electrician, carpenter, and we've been swapping time and trades. It's working out really well for us. The sheriff has been a great asset. And I know you have another meeting, so I think we beat last month's time frame.
Well, yes, we did. So, first of all, you're doing a great job. I did drive by, sidewalk looks good. I see lots of panels still missing on the courthouse.
They're being manufactured.
And do we have a time frame on that?
All I can tell you right now is it's shortly because it's a natural product. We're looking in the next 30 days.
Okay,
Scaffolding is up still for protection because they have to replace those panels, but that scaffolding will come down and they'll come over the top of the building with a swing stage and replace them from above
Right.
instead of below. So that giant scaffolding will not come back.
there was another one I had a question about. The Copperfield, where the Veterans Assistant is going to be going, what is the name of that building?
It was the old Silver Cross Hospital.
And is it going to remain?
No, it's
This-
going to be the Veterans Assistance Commission.
But isn't there other entities going in there as well?
There will be shared occupancy, yeah,
Right, so will we have like a big sign with all of them on there or?
to be determined,
Okay,
yes.
because I mean, to say it's the Veterans Assistant, but there's the ROE in there or it kind of.
I'm sure that'll come to fruition as time goes on.
Does any of the other committee members have questions for Mr. Fern? Okay, we do have, member Ogala. Go ahead, Judy.
Thank you. Bill, I was going to ask something very similar to what Micah just asked about the VAC, because I know that's a very large building. We talked about that having the capacity to hold more than just the VAC. What is the plan right now for the VAC? How many floors will they be taking up and how much space?
2 floors at this point.
2 floors?
And we're reconfiguring the layout as we go for the need. That's all going to be part of the space needs analysis. That's why I'm remiss to talk about who, what, and what might go in there, because it's a fluid chain right now.
Okay, which makes sense.
Yeah,
Are we looking at still, is the VAC still looking to have accommodations there for short-term veterans staying in the building?
do not believe so.
Oh, you don't believe so? Okay,
That's a conversation that I'm more the mechanical and the physical side of it. Closed door conversations, it's possible.
sure, but
Again,
not what you know.
it changes such the dynamics of the building as well as permitting.
Mhm.
It's a whole different animal.
Sure, that makes sense,
Yeah.
right? If you're having people stay there.
Absolutely. it
Completely
changes
different
everything.
than for a day event. The other question I have, excuse me. I know at one point we talked about the bathrooms and remodeling. They were part of the FEMA funding that we had received. And then my understanding was that the costs are too high due to various different situations. Are we looking at least making them nicer looking, painting them?
Are you
Any
talking
aesthetics?
bathrooms here in this building?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, we are.
we are. Yep.
Okay.
The aesthetics, it's so hard to change them because of the fixtures and the age of everything. It's just like remodeling an old house. Once you start, it just gets deeper and deeper and deeper. So it's how far do you want to go with paint and ceiling tiles? Wonderful. But when we look at that, then you're looking at the terrazzo floors, remove a countertop to replace. It just gets to be a very expensive, and depends on how we want to spend that money. That money can be spent better used on
Sure, I get it.
beautification.
No, I get it, but bathrooms shouldn't look horrible. And the women's bathroom, I've not been in the men's. I guess I might stop in one day. But it's horrible. Thank you, Herb. It's horrible. I think just cleaning the floors, really doing a good job stripping them and cleaning them.
The floors have been stripped and polished, and
Okay.
that's the age of the terrazzo.
Okay. And
Unfortunately, we
painting
can't.
the walls and painting the dividers. I mean, I would assume we could do that.
We can do that in-house. Mr. Brooks informed me that in 1964,
That's how it looked in 1964, I believe it. Oh, you were? All right. So it's looked the same since 1964. It's 2025. So I would like to see
I will take another,
something done.
absolutely.
Colors, painting, would make it just look
I will take
better.
another look at
I know
that.
we're not going to look at investing tons of money because possibility of this building changing in the future, whatever, but I think that to make it look so that it's not 1964 would be good. Thank you. It's definitely, maybe you get some like vintage ladies from.
There you go. Any other questions? All right, thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Frey.
That's it, pretty sad.
We'll do little flowers and
Okay, I have no other old business. New business, we have our ICT update with Jason. Jason, you want to come up? I think some questions were provided from a couple of the county board members, and you had those. If you don't mind going through them. Yep, he turned you off, didn't he? Sorry. If we have a conversation, can we either take it outside or wait till after we're done, please? Thank you.
It's still morning. Good morning. I received some questions and I appreciate that because it at least allows me to, because we deal with a lot of different things. So it at least allows me to focus on what you guys want to talk about. So I do have Andrea Dolan in here. One of the questions was about the new HR payroll system. Technically, this is an HR project, so I wanted to bring her up and make sure you guys actually got a good status update.
Morning, everyone. Hello.
Could you please introduce yourself and turn yourself on? Because I had mentioned that if we had an HR thing, we could bring it up next month, but if you're here, we'll go ahead and,
I'm Andrea Dolan. I am the Assistant Director of Human Resources here in Will County. I've been in the position for about almost 2 years. I was the payroll director here and I've been with the county for 23 years. And so just to let you know, right now we're working with Dayforce is the name of the company that we are doing our payroll system. And currently we are in the user acceptance testing portion. So we are testing the system for how it's been, how we've, been doing discoveries and looking at the system and providing them information of how we do payroll. And we are looking at a January 1st start date of 2026 to April 1st of 2026 to implement it fully.
I'm taking notes, hold on.
No problem.
Has the process been going pretty smooth?
Yes, actually, we've had a lot of great responses from our departments. They are super excited about it. It is going to be a life cycle of an employee from the time that they are hired or as a candidate and applicant to the time that they either retire or terminate.
Does anyone have any questions about the payroll? I don't think the two that had questions are even here
Yeah, because
today.
it's going to be fully like HR, everything will be involved. It's a whole HRIS payroll system.
So if I would, at this point, say that if you do have questions, please reach out to her.
Please do. I'd be
Um,
happy to answer anything.
Yeah, I'm more of on the technical side, like we
Yeah.
provided
Yeah.
data, obviously we're providing the access and things like that,
We're
but.
looking at time clocks, all that kind of stuff.
Exactly,
Mhm.
but, if it's something specific to the operation of the system or how it's going to function in the current environment, HR would be your best resource.
Thank you very much, everyone.
We
Have a-
definitely need more payroll.
More payroll. Yes, exactly. We want it to be accurate. We never don't want to pay someone wrong, right? All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right,
Have a
thank you.
good
Yeah,
day.
Thank you,
The
Andrea.
question was at hand for the HR was, how is it going and is it working? And I think you've answered those questions, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andrea.
All right, Jason, back to
Okay,
you.
next question was about D365 and if it is fully implemented. It is. It has been fully implemented for a couple of years now. We are working on some updates to the reports. The reporting that came out of the original system was not great. I think initially when it was purchased, there was this show of like these fancy graphs and everything in the initial bid package. And we never got that part of it. But we are working with our our partner right now, Microsoft has made some changes to that reporting. So we're in the process of making those changes right now, and that's just part of our daily work. So really no additional cost to that. Hopefully in the next few months, we'll see some actually nice looking reports instead of just these basically Excel spreadsheets that you get now. And so that's where we're at with that. But as far as the system, it has been functioning 100%. I mean, you guys have some questions about that, but it has been working as a finance system.
Were there any specific questions that came along with that?
Just that it was,
I don't have my email.
it was just basically if it was fully implemented, which it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you have also implemented the security, I don't even know what they're called. Those things.
That is a separate project, but yes, I can talk a little bit about that. You guys all have received, I believe everyone up here has received that multi-factor authentication. So that's not just the finance system. That is across the county. We are implementing that, and that's mainly because of cybersecurity insurance requires us to. But it's just another layer of safety for accounts being taken over. As you hear in the news, there's been a lot of specific attacks attacking local governments. A recent one just happened to the north of us at DuPage. They had it was in the news, so it's public information. They did have a ransomware attack at their sheriff's facility, and it also affected their court system. So we always try to take those as just warning signs. As that one was fairly close to home for us. So
Okay, Mark, did I see you had a question? Okay, does anybody else have any questions for Jason? Is there anything else exciting coming down the pipeline we need to know about while you're here?
Eventually, you're going to see a new access for wireless access. It should be a lot faster. We're in the process of changing out those switches and APs currently. And that's in progress in this building right now. So you should see a remarkable improvement in the connectivity in this building.
So we'll be able to download those huge files in less than 5 minutes?
Exactly.
That would be really nice.
When the initial wireless was done in this building, it was kind of done by just ad hoc, like we'll put one right there. Couple of years ago, I had a little bit of money left over in my professional services. So we actually had somebody come out and actually do a wireless survey. So where the access points are going to go is where that survey showed is the best coverage. So we should have full coverage in this building because there's some areas of this building today that the signal is very weak. So that's what we did. So we have that study. And like I said, that those access points as they're replaced will be placed in those areas specific to that study.
I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Any other questions or?
Like I said, the two that really had the questions aren't present, so I'm going to,
There was something
request that
on
they,
your thing about Granicus.
Right.
Once again, that's it's been a county board staff kind of thing. And I know you guys are going to be going live with that very soon. So,
yes, I think our chief of staff is going to address that one.
okay.
And the court system recently installed scanning files on cases.
Yeah, I don't know which case system you're talking about
I-
because they've all been installed more than just recently. A lot of them are
And how's
probably
the
about
website-
5 or 6.
How's the website revamp going?
So that's in purchasing right now. So the bid's supposed to be opened in about 3 weeks. We had to delay the bid opening because we got in the initial ask for questions. We got over 115 questions from vendors. So it took us a little bit longer to go through those questions. We didn't expect that many. But so we should at least have be in negotiations by the end of this month with whoever that one that we start working with. The idea is to whittle it down to 2 or 3, have interviews, and then start the negotiation process, hopefully at the end of this month.
So you're saying later this month?
Yeah, is picking the vendor, yes. The planned switch over to a new site is October of 2026. That's based on the current dates that we have from our consultant that we've been working with that kind of put the bid together
And will we-
along with that process.
Will we reach that date?
I would hope so.
Okay.
It's over a year away, so.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Questions about that? Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Somebody actually printed up email I didn't.
Oh,
have
yeah,
access
I
to.
had it with me too, so no worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so, our chief of staff is going to give us kind of a Granius update, because there was also a question on the IT section.
We're happy to announce that we will be going live with Granicus. The software system is actually called One Meeting. We'll be going live with the August agendas, and in fact, users, the various department heads will be submitting all of their items for those agendas through One Meeting starting in July. So we are set to go. It's been a long process. Jackie has been working on it since she came on board with our office back in February. We've got all of the templates have been updated. All of the users, and by users, I mean those who are submitting documents for agenda items, have been trained. We'll walk them through the process. We'll get information to county board members later this month with just kind of a walkthrough. It should be from your user perspectives and from the public's perspective, it should be pretty user friendly. It should be pretty intuitive. So we'll get you some materials later this month with any kind of login information for that as well. At this point here, you never really know what you're doing with the system until you start actually doing it. Jackie's finding out where a lot of the gaps are. We're going to ask for the county board's indulgence on this and their patience. If you find gaps, I think the best thing that you can do is please give Jackie or give Tim a call on that. We'll get you guys situated and we'll get it up and running, and we'll fill those gaps. We're working through it. We know it's not going to be 100% smooth sailing, but we're in pretty good shape right now, and we expect to be up and running for August.
So are you saying that to get onto the agendas, we'll have to log in?
To get on as a member of the public, you can just get on and use it just as if though you're a member of the public by going through the portal on our website. But if you want to get on the back end to review minutes that haven't been approved yet, we'll have login information for
And
you
that
on
will be
that.
different than what we're doing
It'll
now.
be somewhat different from what you're doing
Okay.
as well.
Does any of the committee members have questions about that? We do have a question from County Board Member Ogala. Let me get you turned on again. There you go.
Thank you. I'm just wondering, where are we with converting the old data and transferring that over? Because I know that wasn't part of the original plan for some odd reason. They didn't.
It wasn't. The conversion is in process right now. I think they've got the last 2 or 3 years completed. They'll go back to 2014 on that. I expect that when we go up and live, I don't know that we'll have everything completed, by the time we go live on it next month, but they'll continue to work on it. They'll go back to 2014 on that. And they'll be in kind of a PDF form, so a searchable PDF form. So
So a searchable PDF form, so like, will that hinder you guys from doing searches when we ask for certain things?
we'll get you what you need, as we always do.
So what will be converted entirely like it is One Meeting? What will be converted like that? Because that's what we asked for, would be converted in the same thing, not necessarily a PDF.
It'll be, I'm not really understanding your question. You want if you wanted the same thing as Minitrack was, we're not going to get that. We'll have a file, we'll have a link to a file. You'll be able to call up those meetings. You'll be able to search the PDFs in those meetings by common words. So.
Okay, I guess I'd have to see it because I know that when the conversation came up that there was no conversion plan whatsoever, long before you two were involved.
Yeah.
And the conversation then was that they would convert it into into One Meeting just as if it was newly put in. And now I'm hearing that they're going with this PDF form, which is what we didn't want.
Well, that was, no, we're not ready to go with, yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, the conversion was not part of the original contract. So I don't, and I know Marcy spent some time negotiating with them. I think they wanted a lot of money for that conversion. Marcy did an excellent job in negotiating that down to about $5,000. The bottom line is, I don't know that they have the same capabilities in one meeting that they had in Minute Track. And so this is what we've got coming over right now. Minute Track was a agenda creation software. I don't know, we've had conversations about this with the staff as we're trying to stand it up. I think that in some respects, despite many of Minute Track's shortcomings, in some respects, the software that was selected is maybe a little less flexible, a little less, has a little less capability, I think, than Minute Track actually would have. Quite frankly, I think what we would have loved to have seen would have been an upgraded Minute Track that worked and was, and was something that we could utilize and didn't have all the quirks that Minute Track has. Unfortunately, they are phasing out Minute Track. It'll be around for about a year, so we'll be able to continue, and we'll keep a portal up on Minute Track for the next year or so. So we'll be able to go back and look at what was in Minute Track up until the point that they disable it. In the meantime, we'll continue to have negotiations and conversations with them about what we can do to upgrade. I expect we're going to have conversations about a whole host of things as we move forward with Granicus in one meetings.
Right, yep, I was aware of all that craziness that happened, obviously. And it's unfortunate that that decision got made during a transition time of leadership is what happened.
What decision are you referring to?
Going with Granicus from Minute Track. That's unfortunate. That happened at that time, because we should have looked at other things and we didn't.
I was under the impression, I think, talking with with background with regard to Granicus, is that they had kind of a monopoly on the process here.
Yep, they do.
I don't know that they do. I mean, maybe.
I don't know that.
I know
do
that they
either,
have
right?
Northern Illinois most of Northern Illinois and the Collier counties use some version of their programs. I think that had we had more time, had we not inherited the system, we would have probably taken a deeper dive and looked for something
Right.
different.
Right, I know the background on it, of course. And it is unfortunate, but that is how it is. I'm just surprised because like I said, when I was involved with it, we wanted them converted over into one meeting and they said that they could do that. That we didn't want to have all PDF documents, and it seems like that's what they're ending up giving us. And a benefit for them is they've had the change in leadership, change in staffing.
You're talking about Granicus. Okay.
Yeah, and Granicus is a company that I wouldn't look forward to working with them on any other project in the future because I think that they're, in my opinion, they're not 100% accurate, nor are they straightforward on anything. Like, for instance, they had no conversion planned for this at all. So if you think of it, everything was in Minute Track and then it's just going to go away. We lose all the history because now you can go back and look at everything. And we had to fight to get that conversion done. And yes, they did it for a lower amount of money because I was in IT for 22 years. And it's like, how do you plan a new system coming in without any conversion of the old data? So I'm glad that we're moving forward on it. And I know taking over in the middle of it was difficult. So good job. Thanks, guys.
I just want to say too, that Jackie, since she came on board, this has been one of her top priorities. She's been 5 months on it. She has worked very closely with Granicus. She's worked closely with the users, here in the county. She is the one who's finding the holes and essentially filling them up. She's done a fantastic job. As I said, you don't really know what you've got until you actually start using it. We're going to find
Right.
out next month. I would please ask for the patience and the consideration of our county board members. Give us a call. if you find yourself in a situation with regard to one meeting, give us a call, give Tim, give Jackie a call. We'll get you out of it and we'll get it resolved.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions for our speaker not our speaker, our chief of staff to answer about Granicus? Going once, going twice. Thank you.